Hi you guys, happy late Sunday night. Most of you won't see this until Monday. I had no plans on filming a video at 11 o'clock on Sunday night, but I just came across this news article and then I jumped into the rabbit hole and I just had to come on here and talk to you guys about it because I am mind blown. I'm mind blown. I don't know how many of you guys have seen this news article about Mr. Mowry, who lives in Manchester, New Hampshire, who received a cease and desist letter for giving away his home canned goods as gifts. But I had to turn on the camera and come talk to you about it because what is happening? So Mr. Mowry, he learned how to can from his grandma, has been home canning pickles, jelly, and tomatoes for almost all his life. And he gives them away for free. He does not charge. He buys all of the supplies himself. He cans out of his garden. And like most of us, if you're a home canner, and I'm talking to you home canners out there, he makes the jelly, he makes the pickles, and he gifts them away. He's been doing it almost all of his life. And someone on social media, this is how they found out, this is how the government found out, someone on social media offered him money. They wanted to buy a jar of his jelly and his pickles. And so they offered to buy it. In response, Mr. Mowry said no, he did not sell it. He says, I give everything that I have away for free. And the city that he resides in, Manchester, New Hampshire, served him with a cease and desist letter for distribution of home canned goods. Now, if you go and look at New Hampshire's cottage laws for homesteaders, their regulations are not that strict. But Manchester says within their city limits, they have stricter regulations, and he needs a professional kitchen in order to gift his home canned goods away for free. They are citing that it is distribution. So I was like, what is happening? So I had to go look up the definition, and I have notes. I took notes here so that I don't forget anything, because you guys know how my brain is, especially at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night. So I had to go look up, what does distribution in food law mean? So distribution in food law is the handling or delivery of food to another person, whether it's by sale, trade, or free of charge outside of your household. So food consumed by you within your immediate household is considered private use. Any sharing, gifting, trading. How many of you trade? I trade eggs for products, jelly for products, pickles. Trading or selling. So sharing, gifting, trading, or selling outside of your immediate household is distribution. Money does not need to exchange hands. Free gifts still count as distribution if food leaves your personal control. Did you know that? I did not know that. So Manchester is calling distribution local, with their local ordinances, defines distribution as any food leaving your household and entering the public counts. Once food enters public circulation, it is considered part of the public food chain. Therefore, even giving away home canned goods for free triggers regulation. So I'm dying to know what you guys think of this. Is this government overreach? Where do you draw the line between gifting and an act of kindness, right, and breaking the law? I mean, I don't know about you, but I have gifted jelly and jams and pickles to people at church, people, my neighbors, friends, family. I just gifted 3 jars of jelly to my son who does not live in my household. He has his own home. So by Manchester's rules, I'm distributing. It's just wow. To me, when I saw this, I had to go, I watched the video. I will leave a link to it down below. I was like, this is just a toe dip. You know, you dip your toe and just test the water. How far can you push? How far can you, you know, cross the boundary? The problem with something like this is it starts in Manchester. And if they win, then where else is it going to go? What other city is going to adopt this? And before you know it, the state. And then before you know it, several states. Do you know what you know exactly what I'm talking about, because we've seen it time and time again. So I was interested. Okay, well, maybe New Hampshire has a problem with home canned goods. Maybe they're just getting sick left and right in New Hampshire, and we just don't know about it. So I had to go look it up. Foodborne botulism. How many people get sick a year? So from home canned goods specifically, because that's what I wanted. Now 1 in 6 Americans get sick from foodborne illnesses every year, and that comes from bacteria, viruses, and parasites. 1 in 6 of us. But how many of us get sick from foodborne illnesses from home canned goods? Well, the shocking number for the United States nationwide is 25 people a year. That's it. 25 people a year get sick off of what they assume most likely is from home canned goods. There's no evidence that all 25 come from home canned goods, but it's tied to home canned goods. Okay, so I thought, okay, maybe all 25 people are living in New Hampshire. So how many people have gotten sick in the state of New Hampshire from home canned goods? How many of the 25 yearly cases are coming from New Hampshire? Well, according to the reports from 1950 to 1996, none. Then New Hampshire reported to the CDC in 2020, and that number grew to 0. None. Again, a report in 2023, also none. So there are no cases of anyone getting sick in New Hampshire from home canned goods. And yet, here we are. Cease and desist letter. Gifting to family, so under their food distribution law, gifting to family and close friends is generally private and generally not enforced. But if you're offering jars at markets, churches, or to neighbors and friends, that's considered distribution. Enforcement applies regardless whether or not money is exchanged. So what can come of this? Because if you, and I will leave, like I said, a link to this news story and the video. You can go watch Mr. Mowry's interview. He says he's not going to stop. So what can keep happening? Fines, further legal action against him, including court summons, and repeat cease and desist orders. And it will continue to get more and more aggressive if he continues not to comply. I mean, so this is my question to you. Should home canners be regulated? Do you think that home canned goods, if they are gifted, given away, sold, shared, traded in any capacity, should it only come from commercial kitchens. Should you have to have your kitchens inspected if you're a home canner? I know so many of you follow me because of home canning. So I am really, really interested in hearing your thoughts on this. 25 people in the nation get sick a year from home canned goods. So I had to, you know, that we always compare things usually on, you know, getting struck by lightning, right? So I had to go look. How many people get struck by lightning in the United States a year? And do you know what the number is? 400. 400 people a year get struck by lightning, but only 25 get sick from home canned goods. So you are 16 times more likely to get struck by lightning than you are to get sick from a home canned good. And here's the thing. He's gifting jelly and pickles. Now, they also said tomatoes. And tomatoes, they do run the in-between line. I'm going to assume he probably water bath cans them, which tells me he's probably going to be using some kind of lemon juice or citric acid in that. But the jelly and the pickles, between the sugar and the vinegar, ain't nobody getting sick off of that. Okay, so it's not like he's, you know, canning chicken noodle soup with the noodles in it, okay? He's making jelly and pickles for the most part. So I want to hear your thoughts on this. Is this government overreach? Is this a slippery slope? Because to me, like I said, once this gets pushed, and if they win, how many other cities are going to follow suit? Will the state follow suit? How many other states will then follow suit? And before you know it, if you're a home canner, you're not allowed to give away your home canned goods, gifting them. I mean, I'm thinking of like all the gift baskets I've made widows with homemade bread and homemade jams, a dinner, a meal. Now, when you go to this definition of the food law, it says food consumed by you or within your immediate household is private use, but any sharing, gifting, trading, or selling outside of your household is distribution. It says food. It doesn't say home canned food. It says food. So where does it go from here? Will this, and obviously it would include breads, muffins, quick breads, meals. Now, I did have to look, like, what about meal trains? We have meal trains, you know, at church for, you know, sick people, people who have had surgery, people who are grieving, people who have had babies. Now, it's supposed to be protected under the Cottage law, but here's the thing. He should be protected under the Cottage law. And they changed their rules in their city and made them stricter. So what's to say that they can't regulate a loaf of bread or a cupcake or a birthday cake you bake somebody? Where does it end? Because we all know it's a slippery slope that can snowball. So when does it become distribution and illegal to make your neighbor a birthday cake? I'm really interested in hearing your opinions. If you are a content creator, if you make videos, I would love it if you made a video reply. I would love it if you shared with your own subscriber base this news story and open the floor to a conversation, because this should be discussed. This is important to so many of us, especially if you're a giver. I'm just flabbergasted, and it just saddens me that this is where we're headed. This is where we're going. This is where we're choosing, and we are voting for people in office that this is their main concern. This man, Mr. Mowry, and his little jellies. This is what you're going to worry about. This is what you're going to police. Of all the things happening in the world, this is what you're going to focus your time and your energy and your money, the taxpayer money on. I mean, as a canner myself, and as somebody who inspires people here to can, this deserves a conversation at our kitchen table, at our virtual kitchen table. So I'm asking you to gather around. I really look forward to the comment section. Give me your opinion. Maybe you think this is a great thing, that it should be regulated. And I would love to know your thoughts and opinions, and how, if you think there's a certain level that's too far. Like I said, I thought, well, maybe they have a real problem in New Hampshire, specifically maybe Manchester, on illnesses. But there's no evidence of that. So, are canners being targeted? Homesteaders? Gifters? Do we have a target on our back? I don't know. You give me your thoughts. Give me your opinions. I look forward to them down in the comment section. I'll be hanging out with you guys, because this is something. I mean, are we going to push back? Are we going to question the ordinances that we're allowing our elected officials to make? Are we going to say enough's enough? Are we going to hold them accountable? Are we going to make changes? Or are we just going to ignore? Or we don't know, right? This is why I had to make the video even tonight. I got to get this out. More of us need to know about this story. There needs to be a light shined on it, because usually when we shine a light on things, problems get fixed real quick. And we've seen that in the past, even on this channel. So, yeah, what are your thoughts? I look forward to reading them down below. And like I said, if you make videos, make me a video reply. If I get enough of them, I'll make a playlist, and let's talk. Let's open the floor up for some discussion on this. I look forward to hearing from you. All right, with that, God bless, and I will see you soon.